Lesson 3, Arithmetic Progression AP, Sum of Terms. The sum of terms of an AP refers to the addition of all the terms in the given AP. It is denoted by S sub n, where n is the number of terms in the progression. Given any AP where the first term is equal to A, second term is first term plus common difference, third term is equal to first term plus 2 times common difference, and the nth term, then the sum from the first to the nth term, if you start adding from A plus D plus A plus 2D till the nth term is this. That is equation 1. Also, the sum from the nth term to the first term, if you start from the nth term to the first term, you have the nth term, it will come first. And you know what produced the other term will be A plus bracket open n minus 2 bracket close times D, and so on. You call that equation 2. Next is to add both equations. Adding equation 1 and 2 termly as they occur, we have 2 times s sub n. Now you have s sub n in both equations. When you add the 2, it becomes 2 times s sub n. And if you add the remaining terms as they occur, you have this equation. You will observe that 2a plus bracket open n minus 1 bracket close times D is reoccurring n times in the right hand side of the equation. That means you write one of it and multiply it by 2. To get the sum of terms s sub n, you divide through by 2, you have this result. A case where the first term and last term only are given, the sum of an AP can be calculated using this result. Earlier, I said that the nth term is also the last term. So if you write 2a as a plus a, then you have n minus 1 times D. From that a to this part is the nth term, which also means the last term. So you replace that term with L, you are left with S sub n equal to n over 2 times bracket open first term plus last term. Examples number 17. Find the sum of the first 14 positive even integers. Solution. Positive even integers are 2, 4, 6, 8, and this forms an AP where the first term A is equal to 2. The common difference is the fourth term minus the third term, or you can use third term and second term, you subtract them, you have 2 as the common difference. Number of terms n is equal to 14. You are asked to find the sum of the first 14, so n is equal to 14. Now you know the first term, the common difference, and number of terms, we are to use this formula to get the sum of the first 14 positive even integers. So here you replace n with 14, a with 2, and common difference with 2. You have it in this form. When you simplify, you have this result, this result, this result, and 210. Thus, the sum of the first 14 positive even integers is 210. This is the meaning. If you list the first 14 positive even integers and add them all together, the sum will be 210. Example 18. The sum of the first n terms of an AP is 252. If the first term is minus 16 and the last term is 72, find the number of terms in the series. That is n. Find n. The sum of n terms is given. You have the first term and the last term. So we are to use the second version of the sum of terms formula, where s sub n is equal to 252. N is unknown over 2. First term is minus 16 plus last term 72. Multiply through by 2 to clear fraction, you have this result. Minus 16 plus 72, you have 56. When you multiply out, you have this result. To get n, number of terms, divide both sides by 56, and n is equal to 6. Therefore, number of terms in the series are 9. Example 19. An arithmetic progression has 11 as the first term and the fourth term is 32. Find the sum of the first 9 terms. Solution. From the question, a is equal to 11. The fourth term, that is t sub 4, is equal to 32. At this point, n is 4. This information will enable us to find the common difference using the nth term formula of an AP. So n is 4. First term is 11. You have that first. Now t sub 4 is 32, equal to 11 plus 3d. Transfer this term to the left, you have this result. You have 21 equal to 3d. To get d, divide both sides by 3, and d, the common difference, is equal to 7. Now you can find the sum of the first 9 terms, with a equal to 11, d equal to 7. S sub n, the sum of terms, is unknown. Meanwhile, n is equal to 9. First 9 terms. We use the first version of the formula. You replace n with 9, you replace a with 11, and d with 7. You have this result and this. You can divide 9 by 2. That is, your answer will be decimal. So you leave it as 9/2 and simplify the bracket, and you have 78. So you have 9/2 times 78. That becomes 9 times 39, and you have 351 as the sum of the first 9 terms of an AP whose first term is 11 and the common difference is 7. Example 20. The sum of the first 9 terms of an AP is 72 and the sum of the next 4 terms is 71. Find the AP. Solution. Let's take the question and stop here first. For us to get this sum, the first term and the common difference are needed. So we have this version. The sum of the first 9 terms is 72. At this point, n is 9. The first term, common difference are unknown. In this formula, you replace n with 9 and s sub 9 with 72. Multiply through by 2 to clear fraction, and you simplify the bracket. So here becomes 2a plus 9 minus 1 is 8 times d. You have it in this form. Now, divide through by 9 because this term needs to stand alone. You have it in this form. You have 2 times 8 equal to this. We factor out 2 from here because of these 2. So both 2 will cancel. You are left with 8 equal to a plus 4d, or a plus 4d equal to 8. Let's call that equation 1. The next 4 terms from the 9th term is 13. From the question, the next 4 terms, the sum is 71. Already you have the first 9 terms. So the next 4 terms will make it to be 13. So s sub 13 is equal to s sub 9 plus s sub next 4 terms. S sub 9 is 72. Next 4 terms is 71. When you add, s sub 13 becomes 143. At this point, n is equal to 13. You replace everything in the same formula in this form. When you simplify following the same procedures here, you have a plus 6d equal to 11. That is equation 2. You have to solve both equations simultaneously for the first and common difference before you can find the AP. Solve both equations simultaneously. You have equation 1, you have equation 2. I'm going to use the method of elimination, and I want to eliminate variable a. To achieve that, I have to subtract both equations. So you have a minus a equal to 0 plus 4d minus plus 6d is minus 2d. 8 minus 11 is minus 3, and I have this result. To get d, divide both sides by minus 2, and you have d equal to this or this. To get a, you need to substitute the value into equation 1. This is equation 1. you replace d with 3/2. When you simplify this term, you have a plus 6 equal to 8. A becomes 8 minus 6, and that is 2. Therefore, the AP is first term is 2. To get second term, you add common difference to 2. You have this and so on. I want to explain the AP again. To form the AP, you start with the first term, that is 2. To get the second term, you add the common difference to the first term. You have this result. To get the third term, you multiply the common difference by 2 and add it to the first term. You have this. And to get this term, you multiply the common difference by 3 and you add it to the first term. You know, the terms of the AP are A, A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, and so on. Example 21, the sum of the first and second terms of an AP is 4 and the 10th term is 19. Find the sum of the 5th and 6th terms. Solution. The first term is equal to A. The second term is equal to A plus D. From the question, the sum of both terms, the sum is 4. That means A plus D. That is 2A plus D. You equate the sum to 4. So 2A plus D is equal to 4. Let's call that equation 1. Secondly, the 10th term is 19. 10th term, T sub 10 is equal to 19. At this point, N is equal to 10. This is the nth term formula. You replace N with 10, you have this result. Now, T sub 10 is 19, equal to first term A plus 9D. 10 minus 1 is 9 times D. You have 9D. You call that equation 2. Solve both equations simultaneously. The solution continues. You have equation 1, equation 2. I want to solve by the method of elimination, and I want to eliminate variable D. To achieve that, the coefficients need to be the same in both equations. Here it is 1. Here you have 9. You find the LCM of 1 and 9, it is 9. So this 9 remains the same. To achieve 9 from here, you multiply through equation 1 by 9 and equation 2 by 1. Equation 1 becomes 18A plus 9D equal to 36. Equation 2 remains the same. To eliminate this, you have to subtract both equations. So here is minus 18A minus A. You have 17A plus 19 plus 9D minus plus 9D is 0. 36 minus 19, you have 17. You have 17a equal to 17. Divide through by 17, a is equal to 1. To get d, you have to substitute a value into equation 2. This is equation 2. You replace a with 1. You transfer 1 to the right hand side. You are left with 9d equal to 19 minus 1. You have 9d equal to 18. Divide through by 9. d is equal to 2. Therefore, the first term a is equal to 1. The common difference d is equal to 2. We are to find the sum of the fifth and sixth terms. That means you are to get the fifth term, the sixth term using the nth term formula, and you add both. So the fifth term, t sub 5 is equal to 1. First term plus, at this point n is 5 minus 1 times 2. You have this result and this result. The fifth term is 9. For the sixth term, you have a 1, d 2, and n is 6. You simplify, you have this result, and you have 11. Therefore, t sub 5 plus t sub 6, the sum is 9 plus 11, and that is 20. End of lesson 3. Thanks for following to the end. Don't forget, watch out for more from the voice of Peter Kos. Lastly, if you are not saved, your life is in crisis, your life is in trouble. To avoid all of that, you have to give your life to the one that can save you, and that is the Lord Jesus Christ, and confess him as your Lord and personal Savior every day of your life. If you are saved already, congratulations. Live righteously and be prepared, because on the last day, some will be taken and some will be left. Be good to yourself, stay out of trouble, study your books, do the needful at all times, flee every gathering of evil, don't defraud others to make money, find something good and genuine to do with your hands and your brain, and the Lord will bless you. Goodbye and stay tuned.